Hey, good morning, guys. Happy Thursday. Here we are. It's April 6th, heading into Q2 of the year. Got kind of a random thought that I wanted to share. Driving into work this morning, usually I'm listening to my different Grant Cardone sales uh, tapes or books or something from that guy. And I just had a wild hair this morning, and I thought of Steve Jobs, and I thought of an interview I had started listening to of his from 1995 when he was running Next. And I thought, man, I want to keep listening to that. There's something there that I think I need that I need to hear. And so I carried on with it, and for my 20 plus minute drive into work, um, listen to Steve Jobs talk about his early childhood and his experiences outside of the classroom, and what kind of sparked his curiosity as a tinkerer and as an inventor, and um, you know person with those kinds of that kind of wiring. And then he talked at length about, the interviewer asked him about his experience with formal education, or the classroom. And he said he was lucky, and kind of highlighted a few, one teacher in particular in fourth grade that kind of set him on the right course and guided his curiosity. And then he went on this very long sort of explanation on what was wrong with the education system at that time in 1995. So 30 years, 95, yeah, almost 30 years ago. And it's interesting because it's some of the same problems we have today, only maybe worse, getting worse today, and some of the same potential solutions, but an interesting root cause, that he explained was, that at some point in our recent history that, women went to work, and so they didn't have as much time to watch the kids or monitor their education. And so when you have that, and on top of a government monopoly, completely institutionalizing an industry, education, you get this extremely poor result. Right? So no check and balance. The customer has checked out and kind of gone away, and it's just up to the kid to be pushed through this giant government bureaucracy of people who are maybe disenchanted with the profession, or they're just downtrodden by administrators, and so the teachers aren't actually able to do their jobs. And I've seen it up close and personal with a number of teachers or former teachers that I've met recently. So it was fascinating, and he seemed certain that the one answer was a voucher system. Okay, so at that time, the state of California spent $4,400 per year per student on education, and it was a very simple equation for him, is that you, rather than give those straight to the school, give a voucher of an equal dollar amount for parents to spend per child on an accredited school of their choice. And it's fascinating because it's so simple, but that little tweak in economics and incentives to one of the greats of a generation seemed like a no-brainer, seemed like the answer, and the overall logic seems to check out today. So just wanted to share a little bit of Steve Jobs on free market economics, and he equated it. He had a really good analogy of purchasing a vehicle. He said that at that time, the two largest purchases an individual typically makes in their life is, the first one, the biggest one, is a house, and then the second biggest one at that time, and probably still today, would be a car. And he said so he broke down the math. Okay, a car, it's about 20 grand at that time, and it lasts about 8 years, so it's about $2,000 a year. I don't know if that math checks out something of in that range. And he talked about how the competitive forces of a more free market when it comes to the automotive industry. You have this level of global competition for these companies trying to offer you the most choices at the most affordable price, and you're constantly being marketed to try and be attracted to their product. And so he just made the analogy that the same would be true for education, and you would have, young, energetic people, more idealistic, entering that industry, looking to innovate and really provide a valuable service. So, yeah, figured it was worth sharing, and it sort of reminded me of one of the purposes I think I'm on this planet, which is to push on the universe a little bit within that industry. So I'll keep you posted on when that transition or when that effort, truly begins. But certainly very, very interesting and validating to hear that a guy as preeminent as Steve Jobs, falls into line with, sort of similar logic as guys like Milton Friedman or Thomas Sowell or others. So with that being said, I hope that that you all have had a great week and finished the week strong, and I'll certainly be keeping in touch in any ways that I can. So talk to you soon.